Hey! I turned it on before I was ready. Welcome to Tiny Tuesday. I'm your host. Um, Today is not a makeup day. I've decided. I'm just putting on my skincare and I'm going to tell you a story. I had mentioned this in the past about blueberries. I said, I don't know how blueberries came up. Maybe it was the scent of a mask. But, um, gosh. 13 years ago, my sister passed away, and she left behind three kids. And she lived about an hour from St. Louis, and I lived about an hour from St. Louis, and I worked about an hour and a half from St. Louis. And I haven't got anything organized. I'm sorry, I do that. Um, oh, I didn't want to use you. I want to use you. Um, when she passed away, everybody kind of banded together and took care of her kids. Her husband worked nights at that time, and somebody had to be at home with the kids and get them off to school. This is near the end. This is the Caudalie uh, moisturizing serum. I love the smell. So I was a manager of a hair salon at the time that was about 2 hours away from her. And we needed somebody on Wednesday and Thursday. So I was like, okay, I'm changing my hours. And my staff was okay with it. Um, I switched everybody's hours around, which was great for them because I used to be off on the weekend. And then, oh, who wants to be off on the weekend? Um, so when I got off on Tuesday, I would drive straight to where they lived and spend the night. I mean, I got there as the dad was leaving. I am going to wear this today, mascara. And, he would give me, this happened, please do this, whatever. And my job mainly was to get them off to school in the morning and then take care of the little one. And the first instance of something happened when I was doing that. I had taken the kids to school, and the little one was in her mom's bedroom, sitting on the bed. TV was not on. And I heard her talking. I came in and I go, "Who are you talking to?" Because I thought she was playing with her dolls or something. And she goes, "My mama." And I'm like, okay. Um, you know, so after my sister passed, my other sister decided to move the kids and the husband in with her. And she had been looking for a house. This is that Echo Lips. It's so freaking dry right now. And she kept finding houses. And for some reason, it was all in the same area. But something was always happening. to where the house fell through. And there was one house she had seen, and right as they were walking away from it, she was going to make an offer, and somebody else made an offer. She didn't want to fight, so she was kind of bummed. She's driving through that neighborhood, and she sees another house with the sign up for sale. And she goes, "Oh, well, that's new. Hadn't seen that one." She writes it down, gets the information. Long story short, she goes through it, and it's perfect. There are 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms upstairs. No, 4 bedrooms. One for her, one for each of the girls, and one for my nephew. And there's a fourth room, or rather a fifth room, downstairs. Technically, it's supposed to be for storage or whatever, but it was a big room, and that's where my brother-in-law could stay. Barb wanted them all on the floor with her because she was going to be with them at nighttime. And they ended up getting that house. And, you know, all throughout this time, my niece was saying, "I want blueberries. I love blueberries." Because she wasn't eating anything. And my sister's like, "Well, okay." So she went out and bought fresh blueberries, said, "Here you go, here are blueberries." Hannah tried one, spit it out. That girl did not like blueberries. And Barbie's like, "Well, do you like blueberry jam? A crescent roll? A muffin? What? I love blueberries." No, you don't. So, uh, they're, uh, the kids were shown the house. And Barb said, "Do you like the house that I found for you?" And Hannah looked at her and said, "You didn't find this house. Mommy found the house." And Barb's like, "Oh, okay." And she goes, "And Barbie, the lady who used to live here told Mommy about the house, and that's how you found the house. Because of Mommy." And Barb's like, "Okay." No, we didn't know any history of the house. None. We didn't know who was selling it. We didn't know about anything. So everybody liked the house. Barb bought it. Barb was in the backyard with a neighbor. A neighbor called her over and said, "Hey," introduced themselves. "We're your neighbors," all that kind of stuff. And, oh, Barb and my brother Mark had just did the signing. And Mark was driving, and everybody knew about the strawberries. All right? Uh, Everybody was talking about it. It was kind of, weird. And we knew that, the lady who used to live in the house told my sister about it. So Mark was driving. Barb was sitting in the car with him, looking at her paperwork. Mark stops the car and says, "The name of the subdivision." And Barb goes, "Hold on, I'll find it." And Mark goes, "No, look, the name of the subdivision." And she goes, "I'm looking." And he goes, no, look up. They were in front of the big pillars with the name of the subdivision, Blueberry Hill. So we all believe. We believe. Especially since other things happened in that house. My sister was talking to the neighbor, and they're like, "Oh, we're so glad that somebody got that house, with the stigma." And Barb's like, "What do you mean, the stigma?" And the lady goes, "Well, it didn't happen in the house." What are you talking about? What happened with my house? Well, the lady who lived there committed suicide. Left one day, went to a JB Bridge and jumped. The lady who lived in the house told my sister about it, and that's how we got the house. In the house, my brother-in-law came home. He was on the weekend, and someone stuck their head out of my sister's office, which was on the downstairs. And he's like, "What are you doing?" And Barb answered, said, "We're doing homework." She was upstairs. And it's like, oh, okay, he didn't realize where that voice had come from. Um, I love that mascara. I have eyelashes. Um, and he's like, "Well, who's down in the office?" And Barb's like, "No one's in the office." They go downstairs. No one's downstairs. Ed swears up and down he saw somebody stick their head out of the office. Um, we were having a gathering for all the neighbors, trying to know everybody. It was in the summer, and I was putting a plate together. I don't know, deviled egg something. I don't know. And somebody walked in front of me. I was at a big counter, and somebody walked in front and was just standing there in shorts. I didn't even look up because I was, I needed to get this done. And I said, "Go ask your aunt if she needs anything," something like that. Never looked up. And Barb walked in just as I said that and said, "Who are you talking to?" I said, and there was nobody there. I said, "Someone was just there." And she's like, "Okay." When my brother in law would sleep at night, he would hear whispers. And then, okay, fine. But I spent the night several times, and I couldn't sleep because of. It was like somebody was whispering in my ear. I couldn't understand a single word they were saying, but somebody was whispering. Another, and probably the most telling, right after Barb moved in, uh, and the kids moved in, she put everybody to bed and said, "Okay, go to bed. We're not going to have you guys staying up so late in the summer, and then you're not going to be able to get back in the groove of school time." They were all still young. And she's sitting there about a half hour after they're in bed, and she hears the door open. And then it closes. And she's like, "Okay, whoever got up, get back in bed." She heard a door open. And then the door closed. And then the door opened. And she's like, I mean it. And as she's getting up, the door closes. So she walks down the hallway and she opens up Sam's room. Sam is asleep. She couldn't fake the way she was sleeping. And then she opens up Hannah's room. Hannah is at this time 4 and completely knocked out. So she opens up Christian's room and she's gonna get him. And he's totally asleep. So maybe my sister was checking on her kids. Just saying. And if you don't believe in this kind of stuff, that's fine. But other things have happened to me in my life with the unknown. I've had somebody stand over me while I was sleeping in an hotel room. Something weird happened. I'm just saying, this is my story of the blueberries. That's all. That's all I'm saying. This stuff is really good. This is that e.l.f. calming spray. It feels very moisturizing on my face. And we got a lot of snow last night that we weren't supposed to get. So, it's very dry out there right now. That was my story about the blueberries. Just saying. Alright, you guys. Have a good day. I have to get dressed because... yeah, I'm not wearing makeup today. I don't feel like it. Sorry. Not today. Have a good one. Bye.